It is officially recording, folks, and we welcome you to the Seinfeld trivia between three family members who have nothing better to do on a Saturday night. I made 94 slides for this.
Are there 94 questions, or
there are not 94 questions. I just don't know how to use graphics very well, so what I do is I copy and paste slides slightly differently. It's like a stop-motion PowerPoint is what it's going to ultimately be.
Yeah, that's how I do PowerPoint. You want to talk about how this came to be?
I don't fully remember.
Basically, you and Joey have been just watching Seinfeld through the quarantine, and would start sending trivia questions, and we'd start answering them. And then about a month ago, you, Louie, you just sent us a trivia quiz where there was.
That's right. I gave you five questions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I wanted to highlight that I did technically win that. I think by maybe 1 point.
I don't recall. I remember I gave Joey more chances than he deserved at the end. But I will say that Brian was the one who had the idea. Let's do a trivia night, and I thought he meant like let's participate in a trivia night. And then he said, "I'll record it." And I was like, "Oh, so we're gonna get like more people?" And he said, "No, just the three of us. We're gonna record." And who knows if anyone's gonna ever watch it? But this is that. And do you guys have any banter or shit talk you want to say before we get going?
I will say I think Joey does have a huge advantage because Joey has been binging the entirety of Seinfeld.
Can we clarify? Joey's unemployed. So
yes. If I was a betting man, which I am, I would bet on me to win.
It's been the summer of Joey. It's really what it's been. He's just been sitting around watching Seinfeld, preparing for this meaningless night where there's no prize.
Yeah, while my pregnant wife slaves away at work all day.
All right, I'm ready to go.
All right, sounds good. Fair warning, if anybody ends up watching this, there is a giant dog in my house, and he does not like when anybody comes near outside, like even in the vicinity. So if you hear giant dog barking, interrupting, that would be on my end, and we're going to do our best. If you hear pregnant screaming, I'm guessing that's on Joey's end. And if you hear Ken giggling in the background, that would be on Brian's end, because I believe Cheyenne is right next to him.
Yeah.
Eating soup.
All right. Well, you guys are going to be very impressed. I feel like Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with my...
Oh my God, this is amazing.
How do you present? Oh, there it is. Present.
Yeah. This is insane. What are we doing? What are we doing with our lives is the better question. All of us.
I think what really matters is that I took a lot of pride in this. And I really hope all of you do too. But this is our Seinfeld trivia, and I really worked hard on it. And so here's how it's going to work. The rules of the game. So each round has 4 questions, and you guys are going to answer all the questions. So before we go any further, do you have a piece of paper and a pen or a whiteboard or something?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I did text them the day before and said that they should have this. I'm a teacher. I'm prepared, as you can tell by my slides.
That'll work. Yeah, I didn't actually prepare for that, but we did figure it out.
Okay, we have access.
Even though you told me.
It's going to be a little bit honor system-y, but it's just going to be, every question is going to be asked without any answers. You can take a blind guess if you want. That'll get you full credit. But if you're wrong, you get 0, and then you cannot guess when the multiple choice segment comes in. If you have no idea, and you just say, listen, pass to the multiple choice round, you can then guess and get half credit for the multiple choice. So it's kind of a gamble on your part. If you feel confident about knowing right away, go for it because you're going to get a lot more points. I tend to think that most of the questions are going to go to multiple choice because they're pretty obscure. But then I also think that those questions that go to multiple choice are going to be pretty easy because I think you guys are smart enough at Seinfeld that when you see the answer, you'll get it. So that'll be the safe way to play as multiple choice. There are 3 questions that are like wager questions, kind of like a Daily Double or Final Jeopardy, and those questions must be answered blind. There's no multiple choice.
Got it.
There are a couple questions that depend on how many answers you guess or what percentage of the clue you get.
I definitely reread all of the Seinfeld movies before this call.
You know, it's funny. Brian and I did a Seinfeld trivia. I don't know if you know this, Joey, where one of the questions was, how many movies can you name that
Fictional
were listed?
Seinfeld movies, right?
Real or fake movies?
Real or fake.
It was a tough one. I almost went a different route and asked you, what are all the songs that are ever mentioned in Seinfeld? But that one got ridiculous fast because I started looking it up and there were just way too many. And I didn't have that much energy. The other thing I want to note is that I researched to the best of my ability some of these answers. And if there's anybody who's ever watching that checks on these and finds out I'm wrong, please check it out because I didn't have as much time as it probably looks like I had. So, all right.
Now, if one of those research questions are wrong and ends up coming up in my favor, and that would have won me the game, will we say that I had won the game in hindsight?
No, we are. The card says moops. We're gonna go with what we have tonight. Unless if it's clearly wrong right now, then I'm glad to change it live. But there's gonna be no ex post facto champion. Let me see. You're here. Okay. There's people approaching my house. Dougie's gonna go nuts at some point during this. But are you ready for round one, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. We're gonna jump in. It starts easy, I think. This question is worth 2 points if you go for it blind. It is worth 1 point if you need the choices. And the question is, what song is Newman singing as his car ignites into flames on Kramer's stretch of adopted highway? So at this point, you have a moment to think. I feel fine letting you guys talk it over. You can try to fool each other. You can do whatever you want. If either of you wants to guess blind, just say it, write it, show me that you're writing it down. Don't show the answer yet, though, because the other one can't guess.
All right, I'm thinking. It's in the back of my head.
I'll give about 20 seconds on each just because we don't want to take forever. Any ideas, Joe Bags?
Hey, Joe looks way too confident.
I don't think I'm going to be able to. I'm going to need the multiple choice.
God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm trying to come up with it. Give me like 10 seconds.
That's all you have. We got a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. We're going to the multiple choice for the first question. I should probably have a scoreboard here. All right. Your choices. Was it Lady in Red, Careless Whisper, 3 Times a Lady, or All by Myself?
Okay, I'm good to go whenever.
Me too.
All right. And on the count of 3, please show your answers. 1, 2, 3. The correct answer is C.
Can you see that?
3 Times a Lady.
I got it.
I knew the lady was in. I was saying lady, something about lady in my head, and I couldn't come up with it.
Yeah.
I hate how easy it is when you get the multiple choice. You knew it.
That's why you're going to have to take risks, because if you keep going for multiple choice, you're both going to get them. But
it was on the tip of my tongue.
Are going to be there. I will say, round 1, it's a 2-1. Round 2, you go to, I believe, 4-2. Round 3, so the points get higher as we go. So if you're going to take risks, early risks are probably safer.
3 times a lady.
That is correct. All right, question 2. Uncle Leo. We only meet Uncle Leo's wife 1 time in the series. What was her name?
They're tough.
Okay, I'm ready to. I'm gonna guess.
Okay, so Brian, just hold it up so we know you're not cheating. Don't show the answer.
Oh, okay, yeah, got it.
All right, Joey, do you want to jump in on
that's not here. This is
or do you want multiple choice?
I want multiple choice.
Joey's going multiple choice. Okay, Brian, you can put yours down because I'll just keep it up.
Okay,
Is it Noreen, Stella, Myrna, or Lydia? And so technically for this one, Joey, you can just say your answer.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what Brian says.
Oh, man.
Go ahead, Joey.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to guess B.
Joey, is that your final answer?
Yes.
The correct answer
Is C.
is
Stella. Now, this is like a season 2 or 3, and I just recently watched this episode.
Brian gets up to 3, and Joe Bags is at 2 for Stella. For reference, Lydia is his girlfriend in, I think it's like a later season episode, season 6 or so, when Jerry wants his parents, or George wants his parents later on to move out, and they're trying to get Uncle Leo and Lydia to break up, so Seinfeld's parents aren't comfortable there anymore, and they move out.
And I didn't know that Stella was the wife or a girlfriend. That was my problem.
Was the wife.
All
right, question.
It's not clear if Uncle Leo lives in Florida at that point. I think that might have been the first time we saw him, maybe.
Oh yeah. That is that's when they're in Florida and Elaine hurts her back, so she takes the pills. Yeah, Leo, we don't really know much about Leo. It's the first time meeting him.
And it might be. Anyway, go ahead.
But he does talk about cousin Jeffrey right away. So.
Yeah, and the Parks
Department.
All right, number 3. What is the name of the donut shop where Kramer sees Joe DiMaggio dunking his donuts?
I'm ready.
And you guys are both going to go for it without the choices?
Yes.
All right, hold them up. Joey's already showing his, and Brian's Dinky Donuts is correct. Your other choices were going to be Dunkin', Dinkle, or Dunkle, but it is Dinky Donuts. You both get 2. We got a 5-4 score.
Oh, DiMaggio dunks his donuts?
Yep.
When my friends and I golf now, we regularly yip each other. Every time we golf.
That's a true sportsman.
Why don't you just say his name? Wow.
I had as much fun picking out the pictures for these questions as I had making the questions.
Oh, I haven't seen this episode for a while.
Question 4. The old man, Elaine, George, and Jerry all volunteer to spend time with the elderly. What famous figure does Elaine's goiter-necked lady claim she had an affair with? By the way, in writing these questions, there were some that I thought were clearly an advantage Brian, some that I thought were clearly an advantage Joey. This one was an easy Joey advantage question. I'm pretty sure you're going for it right now before you...
Yeah, I'm ready.
Brian, are you ready too?
Yeah, I'm guessing.
All right, so let's see what we got. I will take Gandhi misspelled, but it is the Mahatma?
Mahatma? Oh, yeah. Whoops.
He used
Close.
He used to dip his bald head in oil and rub it all over me. The Mahatma? We got a 7-6er, and that is the end of round 1. So I got a little fun fact at the end of each round because I found one article that was really giving good ones. Did you know that Junior Mints were actually the 3rd choice for candy to use in that episode? They went to M&M's and Lifesaver first, who both turned them down.
Oh, why would they turn them down? I bet Junior Mints got such a huge bump from that.
At that point, too, it was already a pretty well-known show.
They didn't like the idea of it killing someone or,
Yeah.
Especially with surgery and
medical malpractice.
He turned out to be fine.
At the end of round 1, we have a 7-6 score, Brian ahead. I have some people, my lady and my friend they just left a hookah bar because we're 18.
Awesome.
And they are now coming in my front door here. So we're going to start round 2 after they come in. Let me just open the door for them. Talk a little trash amongst yourselves.
I might just edit this part out when it comes to
or just tell them this is ridiculous, Louis.
We're in the middle of a pretty serious trivia contest right here.
Unacceptable. Julie was warned. Shy was warned.
Yeah, we're not allowed to go in the back.
Yeah, and Louis is the host, and I feel like this is a little unprofessional.
Unprofessional to say the least.
Wine? There are glasses in the
No, but yes,
all right.
there.
We ready for round 2?
Yep.
Yeah, we're ready. Are you?
We're very professional here on our Seinfeld trivia. If anybody ever wants to have a round 2 and join us, you're going to hear the dog. You're going to hear my friends. It's just how life goes. But we have round 2. The points are now doubled, 4 and 2. So we have question number 5.
Okay.
In the library, George sees his former gym coach outside the building. What was his name?
I watched too many in between these other ones. God. These are pretty. I love you.
Are you talking to your pregnant wife, I hope?
Yeah.
Or, okay. I was hoping you weren't talking to the character on the screen.
Oh, no. Definitely not.
Yes.
God, it's another one. Multiple choice. I'll get it. No brainer. But
Yeah,
right.
I think I'm going multiple choice on this one too.
All right, they're both going multiple choice. Maybe we should have it where like one of you has to choose, so you could have a little gamesmanship. So how about odd number questions? Since Joey went first this time, odd number questions. Joey has to decide first what he's going to do.
Sure.
Brian.
I get you. Yeah, that's fair.
That's fine.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into multiple choice. Your choices: Mr. Lehman, Mr. Manley, Mr. Heyman, Mr. Feldman.
I'm ready.
I got an angry dog. And a happy younger brother who appears to know the answer. Brian, how are you doing over there?
Need 5 seconds.
Big bean teeth.
Which one are you leaning towards?
Well, it's definitely A or C. I'm my gut was going A, Layman. And now that I think about it more, I think it might be. It is okay. I'm changing. I'm good to go. What is going on?
This is ridiculous.
I did not plan on all of this going on.
You know, I never really saw Regis Philbin doing this sort of nonsense in the background of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Philbin he couldn't do this as well as I could.
Are we good to go?
All right, I'm good to go when you guys are. And the answers we have.
C.
Joey says C. Brian says C. Ooh, a late switch. It was Mr. Heyman, who famously coined George's nickname.
Can't stand ya. I just watched this episode recently, too. That's what kills me about it.
For everybody. 8 and 9.
All I need to do is match Joe at this point. I want this game.
Jackie, why don't you sit and enjoy the back of your phone?
Yes.
1 point.
I want to win by at 1 point. That's fine.
Come here.
Wow.
Hey, come here. He wants the cork. He likes the wine cork. You can give it to him. All right.
Next
My dog likes wine corks, and she's opening a bottle of wine right now, so he's trying to steal it out of her hand. It's a little weird. Are you guys ready for number 6?
Yeah.
Number 6. So Kramer tries to help Morty sell some old beltless trench coats in season 5. What was the model name of the trench coat? Joey, without any hesitation, starting to heat up, it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let me think for a second. I have a guess. I'm just trying to decide.
Technically, this is Brian's choice what to do first. So,
Okay, well, I know what Joey's doing.
well, Joey could be bluffing, which I don't think we've evolved far enough in this game to get to bluffs.
Hey, I'm a gambler.
In
In
the future, this might be a poker move that Joey can consider.
So it's
doing.
worth. Okay, so let's say I guess if I'm right, it's 4 points. If I'm wrong, it's 0 points, right?
Say that again?
If I guess I'm right, it's 4 points. If I'm wrong, 0 points.
0 points, yes.
Okay. Considering that I know Joey knows this one, I think I gotta go for it. I'm like 50% on this answer.
Yeah, the score is 9-8, just so you know. I'm
gonna go for it. I have an answer.
I'm about 90% sure with my answer.
All right. What are the answers?
Yes.
They both say the executive. Your choices were the Commodore, the Sentinel, the Captain, and the correct answer, the executive. So 2 4-pointers there.
I haven't seen that episode in a while.
13-12 game.
I see it so often now.
You knew that?
I did actually.
Cheyenne says she knows that one.
Woo, Cheyenne. So here's your scoreboard so far, folks. We have 13-12 as we jump into I hate Zoom, it blocks it, number 7. So this is an odd question. That means Joe Bags, you have to make the decision. And
Yeah.
I see the smirk. We know where this is coming from.
Yeah.
Kramer's roommate from 20 years ago on 18th Street owed him $240. What was the roommate's name? 20 seconds. You guys want to mess with each other? You want to start getting on each other's cases? How's the wine? Good. All right.
Why do you have so many questions about people's names? I'm the worst at name stuff.
Yeah, I tried to cut a few of those out, but they were just so easy because there's so many good names on the show.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go multiple choice.
I'm going to do multiple choice too. I can't recall it.
Brian with a safe choice here doing multiple choice. The choices are Houseman, Hennigan, Grossbard, Glombar.
Okay, I'm ready.
Me too.
See, the multiple choice makes it easy, I think. So our choice.
Yeah.
Joey chooses Grossbard. Brian chooses Grossbard. It was Grossbard. Listen to the bell, Grossbard. It tolls.
For thee. I gotta create some separation here. This is ridiculous.
Well, you're losing.
Well,
So
I don't have a comfortable lead here, so I'm
yeah, at this point, I think it's less about separation. You got to catch it. But here it is, your chance, your first daily double. So Brian has up to 15 he can wager. Joey has 14 he can wager. And the question is, the category is about the Subway episode. I give a whole bunch of instructions there, but it's basically what you already know. You get to wager as many as you want. You must make your wager before seeing the question. There's no multiple choice. If you're right, you double it. If you're wrong, you lose the points.
All right. So do I just verbally tell you the wager?
I think that's, I think, what's
Well, if he tells you and I don't, like...
Yeah, write it down. Write it
Yeah,
down.
we got to write it.
Okay, let's do wager, right. I can go up to 15.
And Joey can do up to 14.
This is where Joey catches up to me.
This is where my gambling problem might help.
Yeah, I mean, and just so you know, there are at least 2 other wager questions. I think there's one more daily double, and then Final Jeopardy is a wager question.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm
Don't
good.
show it till he shows it. Well, we all know.
Well, I'm ready. I'm going to do 8.
Putting it up.
Joey,
It's on.
Joey, if he gets this right, he'll overtake me.
Yes, this will put Joey at 24. We'll put Brian at 23 if you get him right. It's a tough question. And
Come
the
on,
question
baby.
is, the Subway gives each character their own plot line. Jerry's retrieving his stolen car. George is supposed to be on his way to a job interview, and Elaine is going to be the best man at a lesbian wedding. Kramer is going to pay tickets for several infractions, including speeding, running a red light, no license, no registration, no plates, no brake lights, no rearview mirror, and one more that makes him say, "I'm fighting that one." What was the final infraction?
No multiple choice, right?
No multiple choice.
Okay.
Brian, did you write your answer already?
No, I'm still thinking. This is a tough one.
Okay. I can give a tiny hint.
No, we don't need hints.
Okay.
No hints allowed in this game.
Well, I mean, the hint was just going to be never mind. I'll tell you after.
You ready, Joey?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So since Joey is taking the bigger risk, let's have Brian show his guess first.
No door.
No door. Joey?
No door.
Oh.
So I'm going to give credit to both. It's technically no doors, but that was a good, you guys, one door, no door, it's all the same. But he says no doors, and Kramer says, "I'm fighting that one."
I was pretty sure it was doors, but I wasn't confident, and I felt you would give me the points if I said door. But if I said doors and there's only one door, I thought that was more risky.
I am not going to nitpick answers. That's a tough question. And so if you're getting
what was your hint?
And be honest. So that's round 2. There are 5 total rounds, so we are just about the 40% mark. Fun fact, Julia Louis-Dreyfus was not cast for the pilot episode. She later claimed that she actually had no idea a pilot existed until it was included in a 2004 DVD box set.
2004.
That blew my mind.
Was the final episode in 98?
Nobody told her that we tried this before you.
By the way, Louis, you said you were going to give us a hint on the last one. What would be
the hint was going to be George is the one who says it.
Oh.
Because I think sometimes you think in terms of voices. Mm-hmm. And so knowing that it came out of George might have changed your thought process. But anyways, you guys got it without that. So no hints allowed.
So Joey's up 1 on me, right?
Yeah, after 2 rounds, we have a score
Joey.
of 24 to 23.
This is a good battle.
All right, round 3. We're up to 6 points and 3 points. And here is your 9th question.
This is such a good episode.
When Kramer runs off to Los Angeles to become an actor, he lands a guest spot on Murphy Brown as her secretary. What was his character's name? I'm looking for first and last name. This was actually the first question I wrote for this quiz.
I'm ready to go.
I asked it to my dad, and he said, "You have to make it easier." But
Brian's got it.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I don't think I got it.
So, Joe, you choose first. You doing multiple choice, Joe?
Let me sit on this for a minute, because I remember, I can picture Murphy Brown saying his name. I see it happening. Oh, boy. Damn. I'm going to need multiple choice.
Okay, so he's doing multiple choice. Brian, you don't flash it yet, but hold it up if you've written it down.
Sure.
Okay.
There's
Go
nothing.
bags, your choices. Was his name Donald Sanger, Mike Moffat, Stephen Snell, or Tom Pepper?
It was C, Stephen Snell.
And Brian, you said?
Stephen Snell.
Stephen Snell is correct.
You know what's funny? I was literally watching this episode about an hour and a half ago.
Oh.
You lucky punk.
29-27. Brian takes the lead again.
And I
Donald,
took note of that name because I was like, this is going to be a trivia question. I took note of that name.
Donald Sanger was the bubble boy. Mike Moffat is in several episodes. He's the one who calls Jerry a phony and Parallel Parks nose first. He later comes back and is a bookie who gets his thumbs broken by Jerry and gets thrown in the trunk of the car. And Tom Pepper is the actor who plays Kramer in the pilot.
Yeah.
So, moving on. Question 10. What just happened? All right, come here, Dougie. Come here.
Probably
Nope.
something with that dog.
Oh, give him a bone. Yeah.
This is from that same episode of what do we just answer?
It's fine, sweetheart. He's fine.
Of the what's the guy's name? Now I can't even think of the roommate's name. Isn't it from the same episode, I think?
It is.
Yeah.
Grossbard.
Grossbard, thank you.
In the airport. Elaine berates a skycap for claiming he gets $5 a bag. So he sends her bag where?
How specific do you want us to be on this one?
He says one word.
No.
I'm ready to roll.
I'm thinking. Wait, so what's the score right now, Louis?
You're up
Score is
by
29 for
2.
Brian, 27 for Joey.
And I'm +2. And so okay, so if Joey gets 6 and I get 3, then I'm down by 1.
We got a lot of game left here.
There are some wager questions too.
Yeah, I don't think I have this right. I think I have to do I can't go 0 on this. I got to do multiple choice.
Okay, Brian's going to do multiple choice. Joey, are you going to hold up your answer?
Yes.
Okay, Joey's got his answer. Can you just show us, just so we, for the sake of honor, we know? All right, don't show us the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope you didn't see that, but
Well,
I just
okay. You can trust me. I mean, if you want, but I would close my eyes as soon as I saw Joey was going to start lifting up.
Joey doesn't understand how things work.
Wait,
So-
why do I need to even flash? Like, what does that even do?
So we don't see you writing it. You just hold up the paper from far away.
Backward.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, if you trust the honor system, I did not see what Joey wrote.
I trust Brian because I played board games with him, but and it doesn't really matter if Joey trusts you because he's the idiot who.
Well, I didn't see what you wrote. We're family. Just
Here are your choices. You have A, Honolulu, B, Pittsburgh, C, LaGuardia, or D, El Paso.
it kills me because I'm gonna go for A, and I actually wrote down Honolulu.
All right. And Joey, who already showed the world his answer, also wrote Honolulu, which is the correct answer.
I knew it. I just wasn't positive.
Joey jumps ahead. 33.
Can't live your life scared, Brian.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to go 0 on that when I knew you were going to go 6.
All right.
Scared.
Question 11. Also a 6-3. Question 11. Kramer insists the gang park in the handicap spot, stating they don't even want to park there. They want to be treated the same. To what group of people does George equate this?
Oh, this is a tough question.
Yeah. What group of people?
Yeah, I get where you're going with this. It's hard to recall. Do I have to say first or is Joey?
This was 11, so it's Joey's.
This might come to me.
Yeah, it's not coming to me. I'm multiple choicing.
Multiple choice?
Think about their voices saying it.
I have to go multiple choice too.
All right. Multiple choice. Does he say it's just like cancer patients, feminists, lesbians, or poor people?
Oh man. This might be the only question I get wrong all day. Jeez. All right, I'm ready.
Okay, I think I have the logic figured out. Not positive.
All right.
Yeah.
Please.
I narrowed it down to 2, but
Okay, we good?
What
we're
do you
good.
got? Brian says feminists. Joey says cancer patients. The correct answer, just like the feminists, they want everything to be equal, everything. But when the check comes, where are they?
Yeah. See, I figured out the logic of George. I figured out that made sense.
Yeah, you're just sick enough.
To which Elaine says, what does that mean? Brian jumps back ahead, 35-33.
It is a tight score here.
You got a good one. Number 12. Okay, this is the first one where you might separate yourselves based on your exact memory. Okay? So number 12.
Wait for correct word.
All right, guys, you're going to have to pause for 1 second.
Okay. I already know what the question is going to be.
Me too.
Let me think.
All right, so the question
Answer.
is, what is the full exact tagline for the movie Rochelle, Rochelle? You get half point per correct word. It's a 5-point max. I'm looking for the first time it's mentioned a few more times, but the first time it's mentioned, what was the exact tagline? I'm going to be very precise on the words.
Right. And are they consistent? You say the first time. Does it change?
They shorten it a few times later.
Oh, wow.
So if you're doing the math there, you can figure out around how many words you should have.
We're doing the math. All right, I think I got 5 points max. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have enough words on here to get 5 points.
Well, you can get half the points still.
Right. Yeah,
So
I get it. It's a little bit longer, and we only remember the version. Okay, I have an answer.
All right. So what is your answer there,
Wait.
Brian? You jump first since it's started.
I'm going to change one word. Okay.
I'm going to take a look at it and just show it to the screen. You can read it if you want.
Is Joey done?
I need to add a word as well.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's a great question.
Okay.
Okay. I go first?
Yeah, Brian goes first.
Okay, I did. One woman's erotic journey from Milan to Minsk.
Brian, you get 3 points. Joey?
I said a young girl's journey.
A young girl's erotic journey from Milan to Minsk. Was that 9 words? Is that 9 words?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A young girl's journey, yes.
A young girl's strange erotic journey from Milan to Minsk.
Okay, check this out. Look what I crossed out there, the word strange.
Ah, strange and erotic. Brian, you still get 3. That brings you up to 38. Joey, you get 4.5, which brings you to 37.5.
He's going to win this game by half a point, huh?
Come on, baby.
Wait, can you say the scores again?
The scores. It is Brian 38, Joey 37.5.
I'm up by half. All right.
You thought it was tight.
It just got tighter somehow.
Got tighter. All right.
This is how the fans want it.
That's the end of round 3. We have 2 rounds left, and then final Jeopardy, of course. A fun fact is Kramer is actually the only principal cast member whose inner monologue is never heard throughout the series. I think that was partially intentional because he just says whatever's on his mind.
Yeah.
But you always hear the thinking of the others. So here we go, round 4. The point totals now jump up to 8 and 4. And as you can see, that's the same episode right here. Yeah. So speaking, for question 13, of Rochelle, Rochelle, how much is George charged for losing the videotape?
This is one where multiple choice isn't going to help a whole lot.
Yeah. I have a general area of I know it's within a range.
I have
I'm scared to guess. I'm scared to guess.
What question numbers? Oh, this is 13, so
13.
Joey has to say first.
Yeah, I just remember him saying the price. George, he complains. He says the price, and then he follows it for this piece of crap.
Okay.
I'm gonna need multiple choice.
I'm going multiple choice on this one too.
All right. Is he charged $108, $98, $88, or $68? And yes, I did try to make the questions a little harder at the end of the game. I want the cream to rise to the top.
So my two guesses initially, like when I was just thinking in my head, I was going to go either 20 or 50. I was like, 20 seems like a lot of money, but that's not absurd. So I was like, 50. That sounds right. And it wasn't even close.
I actually have
A copy of Rochelle.
no the number that I was thinking originally.
Oh.
It's on there, but I'm still not 100% sure.
I have my answer locked in.
Yeah.
One of these I feel good about.
Ready.
I'm ready. For 4 points. What do we got? Brian says B. Joey says B. The correct answer is B, $98. And he asks Susan to spot him 35.
Good detail.
And he goes, you got any money? Get any cash on you?
Get any cash on you?
I need like 35. All right, so it is 42 to 41 and a half. Brian's still ahead a little bit, which brings us to question 14. This one was the one I had to research harder than any, and I did my best.
Research.
It is very difficult, I think, without multiple choice. Might be difficult with. But the question is, Mickey was the shortest character to ever appear in an episode. Who was the tallest?
Ooh. Wow.
It sucks that I don't know the person's name.
You know who it is, though?
On this one, I mean, you don't need the actor's name.
No, you need the character's name.
Character's name or a really good description I'll give.
I'm not sure of this answer, but I do have someone in my head.
Yeah. And it's Brian's choice.
Right. I have to go multiple on this one.
It's gonna kill me when I see this person's name on here. I'm gonna be really frustrated. But I will go multiple choice as well.
All right. Mickey was the shortest character. Who was the tallest? Was it A, Tony the Mechanic, B, Tom Pepper,
No.
C, David Puddy, or D, the tall woman that George wants to sleep with?
Oh. Who is Tony the Mechanic?
Well, my answer is on there.
The guy that steals his car.
That is who Tony the Mechanic was.
Interesting.
I'm ready.
Wow. So Joey's answer that he wrote is on there.
Yeah, he knew.
Yeah.
Joey, did you just not know the person's name, or?
Yes, I did not know the character's name. Which obviously, I don't know if I have the right answer.
Yeah. I think I figured out Joey. I think I'm going to mirror Joey because I'm not positive, but then I won't lose points.
Yeah, Joey, you're playing as a board game master. Your response to Brian gave him a lot of information.
Yeah, it gave him my answer.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good to go.
So the correct
Oh no, I had mapped wrong.
Oh, Brian guessed D. So we do have differences.
Yeah.
Wow.
Joey says A, Tony the Mechanic. Brian says D, the tall woman George wants to sleep with. We are going to separate here. The correct answer, Tony the Mechanic.
Yeah, Brad. All I could think of was Brad.
He stands at an imposing 6'8". The tallest person I could find behind him was Tom Pepper by Larry Hankin at 6'4". And then Putty, the tall woman, and actually Kramer are all 6'3".
Interesting. Tom Pepper was the one I was going to go for just because he seemed like he'd be tall.
When I initially
I actually saw the episode today, Brian. You said you saw that one. I saw the one where Brad Garrett steals Jerry's car. with
it's not a point in the episode that he's tall, right? He just is tall.
he's just tall.
They don't mention it.
That didn't occur to me when I watched
When
it.
He's a giant.
When I wrote this question, I thought the answer was Tom Pepper. And that was what I had. And when I read it to one of my friends, he said, wasn't Brad Garrett on Seinfeld?
Oh.
And I had to go back and research. And sure enough, Brad Garrett, I couldn't find anyone taller than 6'8". I thought Lloyd Braun might be close, but Lloyd Braun came in at 6'3". Another little known fact, did you know there were 2 Lloyd Brauns?
Yes.
I did not before I looked into this. What?
Why like Lloyd Braun?
Question 15. This one, you can see the point total is weird. You get 3 points for everyone that you guess other than Jerry and George. Okay?
Yeah.
Do we get a point for guessing Jerry and George?
No. I'm
Okay.
telling you that Jerry and George are 2 of the answers. But
Okay.
apart from Jerry and George, there are 3 other characters who uttered the phrase, not that there's anything wrong with that. Who are they? So there are 3 characters. You're going to want to write them down.
Wow.
This is going to take some time. We need more than 20 seconds.
That's fine. While you guys are thinking and writing, I will say on the last question, when I thought Joey had given you his answer, Brian, I thought your logic was going to be, well, Joey clearly would remember the name of David Puddy, so that can't be who he's talking about. And Tom Pepper was already mentioned, so it couldn't have been him. So between Tony the mechanic and the tall woman, only one of them had a name to remember.
That's what I was thinking after I said it.
When Joey said I couldn't remember the character's name, I was like, oh, well, he clearly knows that it's Tony the mechanic at this point.
No, it was something that Joey said made me think that the character like didn't have a name. And
Okay.
I don't know. I was thrown off.
Well, in any event, this is a chance for you to catch Joey, but we'll see.
No, is this all? You're talking from this episode, right?
It's all in that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
This is intended to be tough. There is a logic to the question. I will explain it once the answers are shown.
God, I wish I could remember this episode better.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Who says that in the episode?
Are we going to lose points if we guess people wrong here?
No, you can take 3 wild guesses. There's no points to be lost here. It's
But
just
we can only guess 3 people. That makes sense.
Yeah. I see Julie's face, pretty little face in the corner. Hey, Julie Bags.
Hello.
When do you do, Julie?
February 11th.
Wow.
2/11.
Yep.
It's a good date. My dad's favorite number is 2. My favorite number is 11.
Hey, I like it.
JP just bought a new Lakers jersey that looks like it was made at Power Blaster screen printing, and it's number 11.
Did the Lakers win tonight?
I don't know.
I don't follow. Ever since 1998. When Seinfeld stopped, I stopped following the NBA because that's when Michael Jordan.
All right. Well,
Correct.
I guess I'm ready to go. This is the type of thing I can take forever to try and think of something better, but
Yeah, I'm going to take I have 3 names written down, but
So it's an odd number. So let's have Joey go. Brian, are you ready?
yeah, sure.
All right, Joey, why don't you show your 3 first?
okay.
Joey says Kramer, Frank, and Elaine. Brian says
I feel better about my choices here.
I have no clue.
Elaine, Kramer, and Newman. Well, the good news is that you're both getting 3 points because Kramer, at the very end of the episode, brings a man into the apartment, and then he says he's just here to check something out. Closes the door, and he says, "Not that there's anything wrong with that." So Kramer's the episode. The logic to the question is, who are Jerry and George most concerned about finding this article? Their parents. And Estelle and Helen over the phone both say not that there's anything wrong with that.
Now it comes together.
I had the wrong Costanza written down.
No, it was a good guess, though. It was
It was in your brain somewhere there.
Well, it was because George says, "My father's gay."
That's right. That's right.
Tom Pepper stuff in this one, Louis.
Yeah, Tom Pepper making his 3rd appearance here. But this one is a daily double. So this one is the category is Tom Pepper on this one.
Come on.
That's going to be not easy.
So how much are you going to wager is the question. Joey has 48.5. Brian has 45.
Oh, shit.
And to be very clear, all questions have to do with the show Seinfeld. So I'm not going to ask you about the actor.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I got my number.
All right. So this is an even question. Brian, what was your wager?
My wager is 8.
Oh, a conservative. Joey?
15.
I'm hoping he gets blown out on this. I'm hoping he.
The question, what does George accuse Tom Pepper of doing in the audition?
Oh, no.
And based on Joey's response time, this could be a danger moment for Brian.
So I didn't go big on it. It's been a while since I've seen that episode. I mean, it's obviously something about his acting. Wait, can you say, okay, what does George accuse him of during doing in the audition? Oh. Yes.
Yes, he's got it.
I got it.
This is only fun when you try to work it through out loud.
Yeah, but
All right.
I didn't know if Joey.
So let's see. This one was number 16, I believe, correct? So that would be Brian. You can show us your answer first. Joey's ready.
My logic, just to go through it, I was thinking at first I was thrown off because I was thinking it was during the reading of the episode or whatever, at some other point. And then the audition accused Tom Pepper of doing. I was thinking George was giving him notes about his acting. He was pronouncing something wrong. Accuse him. That got me on stealing the raisins.
And Joey?
Stealing raisins.
All right, you both got it right. He's stealing a box of raisins, which he most definitely did. Brian, you were correct. George also does correct him on his acting later. He tells him, "You're focusing on the wrong syllable." And Tom Pepper then threatens him.
Well, the reason I wagered more is because the picture I was hoping was going to be the question.
Oh.
What is the scene that they're talking about where Kramer's talking about the levels?
Oh, okay.
That's what the scene is with Tom Pepper.
Back
right.
in the pilot episode. Right?
Just so you know, though, Joey took a healthy lead here. 63.5 to 53.
Up almost 11 on me.
So the good news is there's a couple more questions for you, Brian. We still have a fun fact before we get into the final round. Writer Dan O'Keefe inspired the plot of The Toothbrush because his then-girlfriend used one before he could tell her that he'd knocked it into the toilet. The difference, however, is he actually married the woman. He didn't dump her like Jerry. And O'Keefe is also best known for being the man whose father invented Festivus. So an important writer in Seinfeld history. Ready for round 5, guys?
Yeah, final round, right?
Yes, sir.
Final round before the final question. The 10-point or 5-point question, number 17, from the Seinfeld Chronicles. There was a fourth character who was supposed to be a regular. She was a waitress in the diner. What was her name?
You gotta quit it with these name questions if we do this again.
I feel like I didn't have that many in the second half.
It felt like a lot to me.
Somebody can go back and check and tell me if I messed this one up.
What is her name? This is a me make a decision.
It is.
I'm going multiple choice.
Joey's doing multiple choice. Brian.
I gotta do multiple too. I wish I knew, but
There's going to be a chance for Brian to gain some ground, but instead he can stay even. The choices are, was it Susie, Denise, Laura, or Claire?
how do you keep track between decaf and caffeinated?
Yeah, that's all I remember. I don't remember.
Right,
I don't remember the name.
Left decaf. Right, regular. Left decaf.
Probably made a good choice with Julia Louis.
Yeah, she wasn't a charmer this one.
It wasn't a standout.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, Joey, it is your guess first. Brian, are you ready?
Yeah, I have my paper here.
Joey says D. Claire. Brian says
I also did D.
D. Claire. So I'm going to explain the answers before I tell you if it's right or not. The Susie was a famous episode near the end of Seinfeld where Elaine's coworker Peggy thinks her name is Susie and starts talking trash about this Elaine Bennis, who should have been gone years ago. The famous scene where they sit with Jay Peterman and have to discuss how Susie, Peggy, and Elaine are going to come to terms with their problems. And so does anybody remember how Elaine takes care of Susie?
Oh, no.
She claims that Susie committed suicide. To which Jay Peterman in his eulogy says he had an affair with Susie. It's a great affair.
Oh, yeah.
They have a whole funeral for her.
They have it's wonderful. Denise was just a waitress that Joey and I had when we were a kid who broke her ankle while we were at Sorrento's. And
Yep.
Laura,
Dropped a pitcher of root beer on your head.
Laura was the woman who comes to visit Jerry in the pilot. Claire is the waitress. So you guys got that one right.
I would have never got that without multiple choice.
That was a tough
I
one.
had C. I had the letter C in my head, but there was no shot I was going to get that name right.
Get into the final ones. They're not going to be easy, folks. It's a fun episode here.
Is this the last question?
No, we have 3 more after this.
Okay.
What is the name of the Japanese show that features Jerry's stand-up comedy? Kramer convinces these Japanese men how funny Jerry is because he was on this show. Kramer later makes them sleep in a dresser that they get stuck in.
Well, isn't he helping them out because they spend all of his money with them and they can't afford a hotel?
Kramer makes them spend all their money because Kramer doesn't understand the exchange rate. And then Kramer gives them all these ways to save money that involve sleeping in a drawer of a Farber dresser.
Now, okay, because I have to go first on this. How strict are you going to be with this? Like 1-to-1?
Yeah, I'm going to be pretty strict because the multiple choice is strict.
Okay. In that case, I got to go multiple choice. I got the spirit of the question, but I
have it, but I might be like 1 word off.
Go for it. If you get this right, Joey, you'll blow ahead in this game, and I cannot catch up.
You can bury him.
Don't play that game with me. Both of you don't play that game with me.
You gotta go for it.
It's just a game. Come on.
You guys, wow, I'm up against it. God, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. I'm only like 70% sure. And with a 10-point lead, I can't do it.
All right.
I'm going multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Here it is. Was it the Fun Time Big Show, the Rainbow World Fun Room, the Super Terrific Happy Hour, or the Colorful Happy Time?
I'm ready.
I'm ready to.
And I was a word off, by the way, so I'm glad I did this.
Brian, were you right?
No.
Okay. Joey says C. Brian says
C, right?
No, I said C.
that's what I said. C.
Okay.
Okay.
So I was guessing super happy fun time, but
And
no.
it was you. Okay, so good thing you both chose the path you did. It was C, the Super Terrific Happy Hour. Puts Brian at 63, puts Joey at 73 and a half. We're running low on time.
I know I need to get 10 points here. Joey needs to get 0, and then I need to win on the final wager.
Yeah, it's going to come down to Final Jeopardy. That's what's going to happen.
Well, that's the goal.
I'm going all in on that, by the way.
As expected.
What is the charm that David Putty wears on his necklace?
Do you want the name of it, or can I draw it, or what?
Describe it.
Okay.
Oh, man. They show it, you're saying. They show it during the episode.
They're very clear about it, yes.
Yeah.
So, Joey, your choice?
On his necklace. Like, Joey, I think, already wrote. I'm still thinking. I think Joey wrote down his answer, right?
I did write it down.
Okay.
I am thinking still, though.
Sure.
My professionalism is about to take another hit as my roommate's going to come in now, and Dougie's going to bark again. this is what we do during the quarantine, folks. We live with this.
How many people do you have coming in and out of there? It's like a halfway house? What is going on?
Yeah,
I mean,
don't justify your unprofessionalism.
This time of night, it's just chaos in my
There's
house.
a lot of people moving in and out of there. All right.
I'm ready. I'm going with my answer.
Joey's going with an answer. Brian, are you gonna?
I have to try and recover some points with multiple choice.
All right. So Joey, just show us that you have an answer, but don't show us the answer, please. Okay, that's fine. Whatever you do, that's fine.
Yeah, keep your hands up.
Hands
Right.
in the air.
On his necklace, does he have a cross? Does he have the New Jersey Devils logo? Does he have an 8-ball, or does he have a germ?
All right, should I go first here?
Yeah, Brian, what do you got?
Wait. Oh my God, these are really good. Okay, obviously it's not B or C. Those are the traps. The cross or germ. I think I'm changing my answer. I was going D, I'm switching to A.
Brian switches to A. Joey, what'd you say?
I was wrong, and I know the answer now, I believe. I said yin yang.
Ooh.
Brian, a chance to jump ahead, and unfortunately,
Failed. It's D. It's
the
D.
correct answer is a germ.
What does it look like? What is a germ?
You don't see it. He holds it up and he says, "It's a germ." German
Yeah.
economist, 10 years.
Okay,
I
I
remember.
that multiple choice was so good because at first my intuition was D. I wrote down D, and then I saw the cross. And I thought about the episode where he's like weirdly religious.
We're the devils. The
The
devils.
cross makes a lot more sense as like a thing on a necklace. Damn it!
Yep. All right, guys. Well, this is number 20, so this is the last one of round 5.
Oh, that's
I think you know what it's going to be about heading into the question. And the question is, in the episode The Security Code, who does George first reveal his ATM code to? Joey going in for the kill right now.
How specific do you want us to be?
I mean, I want you to get the answer right.
I can describe this person. I don't. Yeah,
So describe.
that'll work.
Sure.
Also, I have to say what I'm doing first.
I'm not telling you that I'm going to give you the points. I'm just telling you do what you can do.
I can picture it. I know what it is. It's just locking it in.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm in the same exact boat as you.
Yeah.
And since it is question 20, I will be specific. So
Oh, I so want those 10 points. Even if I get 10 points and Joey somehow biffs it and gets 0, Joey can go all in on the final question. And I can go all in, and if Joey gets it, he wins the game because he has a half point over me, and I knew that half point would screw me over.
yeah, you're in a tough spot right now. So I think you have to play for Final Jeopardy a little bit.
It's I think I got it. It's coming to me. Hold on.
I'm giving 10 seconds.
Okay, I'm gonna guess. I'm going for 10.
Brian's going for 10. Joey, your choice?
I'll live a little bit. I need to change my answer though.
All right. They're both going for it.
I'm actually writing it down. I was just gonna say it, but let me write it down. Okay.
All right. Hold up your answers, please. Brian says
Finding it.
Peterman's mother. Joey says Peterman's nana. Those are very close because one of them is correct. Peterman's mother. Brian, close within a half a point.
I crossed off mom and changed it to Nana.
The card says Nana.
Bosco.
We're sure about that.
100%. He
At
called
first-
your mama several times.
At first, I just said dying woman because I couldn't remember who. I couldn't remember the character. I knew it was one of the bosses. I just couldn't remember which one.
Unless
That's a
I misheard
breakdown.
it several times. I tried to listen in closely. He was saying, Mama, Mama.
Yeah.
And your other choices were going to be Susan or Jerry and Jay Peterman himself, because the famous scene at the end, George, I need your ATM card.
Yeah.
For God's sake, George.
I left it at home. George, anyone can tell you're lying.
How does George end up in that apartment with Peterman's mom?
This is a great episode where twice George is told that he's going to tag along to hang out with Peterman and Elaine and other people. And every time, everybody finds an excuse to get out of it except George. And Peterman refuses to let George have any reason to leave. All right. So, your fun fact is some people mistakenly think that Newman's first name was revealed when the farmer's daughter famously yells, "Goodbye, Norman!" However, apparently the actress just had a brain fart and said Norman instead of Newman, and the creators just thought it was funny, so they left it in.
And that's funny. I always assumed she just didn't know his name.
Which I always assumed that, too. I didn't think it was his first name. I thought she just got it wrong.
Although Norman Newman is a
show.
really funny name.
Yeah. All right, so there's actually a bonus question before the final question.
Oh.
You're going to get 3 bonus points per answer. And since this is crazy that I made a trivia game, that this is the score heading into the final round, 73.5 to 73. I'm proud of myself. And so are you ready for
We've
your
only
bonus?
flat out missed one question total.
Yeah.
Where both of you missed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so here's your bonus question. No losses. You can guess whatever you want. What are Jay Peterman's 3 nicknames for opium?
That's a good one. That's a great question.
When Elaine tests positive for opium, he gives 3 quick nicknames.
There's only 3. Okay.
Knowing how, I would have never gotten this right, which is why I made it a bonus question. And I couldn't be creative enough to think of answers as funny as what he says.
No, this is
I'll be honest, I am nowhere close to having one answer even.
I'm writing down flat guesses that I don't think I'm going to get any here either, but I'm trying.
Yeah, if you're guessing off the top of your head, you're not going to get them.
Well, I'm
I have
hoping
no
it's in there and that it's going to come out is what I'm hoping.
Fair. That's fair.
I'm kind of just like first thing comes to mind, I'm writing down.
I just watched this episode, but I was walking around doing house stuff when it was on, and I don't remember this at all.
That's why I've been
I
watching
just
all
remember
these
her-
dishes.
I remember the episode of her getting the urine, but
the poppies.
the poppy seed muffins, yeah, I remember that.
All right, Joe, you have to go first on this one. You have to say what you want to do first.
Well, it's only bonus. It's just guessing, right?
Yeah, so Joey's not going to make a guess?
I mean, I have one word.
I have a couple guesses I'm going to make.
Yeah, I mean, I just have the one word we just said, but that's the only thing I know.
All right, what's yours, Joe?
Poppy.
Poppy?
Poppies.
Nope.
whatever.
Brian?
Hashish and Black Mamba?
Good guesses. No, he calls them White Lotus, Yam Yam, and Shanghai Sally. All right. Are you guys ready for the final question?
I have no idea how to spell hashish, by the way.
We are.
Final question. You can wager as many of your points as you want. It's going to be a little complicated here. If you succeed, you double your wager. If you fail, you lose the wager. Now, succeed and fail were carefully chosen words because there are 3 correct answers. To succeed, you only need 2 of 3. So that 2 of 3 means you're correct. If you somehow get all 3, you double your wager and you get 10 bonus points. If you get 1 out of 3 correct, it's a wash and you don't lose anything or gain anything.
Okay.
If you miss all 3, you lose your wager. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it's going to be the type of question of like name these 3 things that a character said. That style of question.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if I get 2 out of 3 and Brian gets 3 out of 3, he wins.
Well, it depends on the wager.
Well,
If Brian, if
I mean, we're not idiots.
everything,
We've all watched Jeopardy. What's the score?
73 to 73 and a half.
Yeah. So we know what we're wagering.
So basically, the entire rest of the show didn't matter. It all comes
No,
down.
this is the only thing that matters.
This is it. This is it.
Okay. So,
I mean, is that Joey just asking Brian, like, I'm going all in, you better do the same?
well, okay. Joey, like game theory wise, Joey knows that I'm gonna go all in because
Yeah.
him, assuming he knows everything and I know everything, I need to go all in. I need to hope that he's a little conservative because of this weird scoring system.
Well, I think you ask the question and we answer it, and then we show our wagers after that.
That's fine. We'll go honor system on the wagers.
Yeah, I'm just deciding if I want to assume that he's going all in, and then I go all in minus 1 point. So if I biff it, I can still win by $1. So I have 73 and he has 73.5, right?
That is correct. So if Joey wagers it all and gets it right, I mean, he can't be caught at that point, but he would end up with 147. Brian can get up to 146.
All right, I'm locked in.
All right, I am locked in.
All right, wagers are locked in, and we're just honor
Well,
system. You guys are.
I have something to suggest. What if me and Joey both put our head down so we can't see and show the thing to Louis?
Good call. Good call. So that way I
Okay.
can do wagers.
So I'm going to put my head down. So
Brian's
I
head is
can
down.
see.
Joey, your wager first. Joey, you can look because Brian's head is down.
Okay.
What's your wager, Joey? Okay,
Don't-
and Brian, Joey's head is away?
Okay, so I can show.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. There it is.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Your final question. In the history of the show, there are exactly 3 instances in which an act was done specifically for the reason of spite. What are 2 of the 3 moments where characters announce that their actions are out of spite? And if you get all 3, you can earn the double your wager plus 10 bonus points. Now, the one minor technicality I will say is that one of them is announced as spite by someone else, not the character. But it's still, there are 3 times where actions are done, announced on the show out of spite. I should have had the Seinfeld music queued up right now so you had something to listen to while it's like the final Jeopardy.
Sing it.
Down, 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 down.
That doesn't help, actually. That doesn't help me. This question's broad.
Here we go. Ready?
So unprofessional.
It's not coming through.
Is that coming through?
There it is.
There, a little bit. It's
No,
on and off. It's
not
just
working.
distracting is what it is.
Yeah, we're thinking. We're in deep thought.
Nope.
All right, I'm going to give you guys 20 more seconds.
Okay.
All right, we have a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So, Brian, since you are trailing, you're going to give your answer first wager second. So what were your answers? The 3 times that you could think of where actions were done out of spite.
Okay. It was when Jerry's returning an item, parking when George is backing into the spot parking, and when George steals medicine to make back for the he thought the woman gave him 10 instead of 20.
Okay, so before I give you if that's correct or not, I will say that you have at least one correct there. Joey.
Yeah, I only have one correct, but I have the Jerry returning the jacket also. I just took shot in the dark, George with the shrimp episode, and Elaine with the bra episode.
All right, so anticlimactic here to say that you both got exactly one right, which means your wagers are a wash. Just so you know, you both wagered 73.
Half a point, baby.
So
Half a point.
about this game was separate by much. Joey's going to be the champion with 73.5 points because Gary tried to return his jacket out of spite.
Didn't I tell you Joey was going to win by half a point? I said that like an hour ago.
You did. The other
that's
2
rough.
answers. George continues dating a woman named Daphne out of spite because an acquaintance named Al told Daphne George would hurt her. So he has to keep dating her.
Yeah.
The Costanzas plan to move to Del Boca Vista to spite the Seinfeld. I thought one of you would get that one. And then
man.
jacket for spite. He didn't care for the salesman who sold it to him. I actually, in writing this question, I thought there were only 2. I Googled, I searched, and I found the George dating Daphne one late. So if anybody watching this, if they've made it this far, can figure out if there were more, I gladly admit I'm wrong. But those were the 3 I could find. They were all relatively late in the run. Spite becomes a favorite of Larry David, as anybody knows who watches Curb Your
I was
Enthusiasm.
going to say that. The Spite store was
Spite
a big
store
thing.
in the latest
This
season.
is he thinks Spite is really funny.
That was 94 slides, folks. But that was Seinfeld trivia. And Joey, not by the hair on his chinny chin, with a 73.5 to 70 win. I think that's pretty dang cool that I did work hard on that. I mean, hard meaning I would watch Seinfeld during my breaks and try to write questions I thought were fair. And it seems like I did a decent job. And you guys got some pretty tough ones right.
That PowerPoint was amazing.
Yeah, the PowerPoint was excellent.
What were the favorite questions or the toughest ones?
That's a good question. There were a lot that were like really well done just because like the thing with Honolulu, I kind of knew it, but I wasn't positive. That's kind of where you want a trivia question to be.
Yeah, the buddy one I think was the ideal, where I wanted the multiple choice to all be relative, but
Right.
I wanted there to be like 2 clear ones to choose. And the way you described it was exactly how I had written it.
I liked the differences, multiple choice, and then 3 points for correct answer, and the Rochelle, 5-point max question. Like there were some differences in the questions.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised you liked Rochelle, given that that's where you got your half-point lead over me.
Yeah, hey, all I know is that winning feels good and losing sucks.
Oh,
Did you have a tiebreaker planned?
I think Brian can argue that that fatherhood took this one away from him, because if he had a little bit more time, just a little bit more time.
Joey, let's do this trivia again, maybe end of February. How does that sound?
In the future, we can do another one.
I don't know about that. Maybe like an end of January might be pretty good for me.
Either way, I'm happy to do more. And if Brian, if you post this somewhere and people like it, I'm happy to take questions from them. I'm happy to have more contestants. This is kind of fun for me. So you guys did good tonight. Any last remarks?
You won.
Serenity now!
Sorry, Brian. You're going to bed a loser tonight, and I'm going to bed a winner.
Joey's a little too competitive for his own good. All right. Thank you for watching.
For a half-a-point win when the score is 73.
If you
We'll
made
take
this
it.
far, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.